He went to prison when he was 15 years old. Colt Lundy admitted to shooting and killing his stepfather in 2010. Now, 4 years later, I was granted rare access to his life in prison as he's trying to turn his life around after he went from kid to killer. What do you think about when you're out strolling like this?
Think about freedom's only 300 yards that way. It's that close, but yet it's so far away.
Is that tough?
Yeah, it is.
Cell blocks and razor wire. Colt Lundy's life. The 19-year-old is 4 years into his 25-year sentence. He was 15 years old in 2010 when he shot and killed his stepfather, Philip Danner, in Kosciuszko County. Lundy was charged as an adult, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. Because of his age, he was first sent to the juvenile side of the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison near Terre Haute.
Tried to stay out of trouble on the juvenile wing, which is a full-time job. You know, the kids over there, most of them think they have, something to prove.
Lundy worked hard and earned his GED. When he turned 18, he moved across the complex to the adult side, where he got into the Purposeful Living Unit's SERVE program. Plus is a faith and character-based housing unit. There are group meetings.
Really thought-provoking questions, and it's intended to, make you actually examine your thinking and find, thinking errors and communicate better.
And community service projects. Lundy's unit makes quilts for homeless shelters and veterans.
Hand stitch it to close the gap.
He also has a job.
Most mornings are pretty quiet.
Working the desk in the library.
It just puts me in an environment where I'm constantly around, books and things that will help me, learn, and it also, professional, because, it's just like a regular job. I could get, fired or whatever if I was not. And although people are rude, and I have to remain, calm and respectful, and so it's helpful to me.
One of Colt's new passions is exercise. When he gets out of prison, he hopes to go to California to compete in a CrossFit competition. Out here in the yard, he says he can turn pretty much anywhere into his gym.
Do box jumps on that, run around the grass. See that yellow pole over there? That's where I practice flags. You grab the pole and then you hold yourself out horizontal.
Lundy also discovered poetry, a way to escape and let his emotions out.
Floodgates in your mind implode, letting your undulating sea of emotions flow.
Working on an associate's degree in business management.
This is actually one of my college courses right here. Public speaking.
Holding a job, writing, working out. It's almost easy to forget Lundy's in prison. Then afternoon lockdown. A jolt back to reality. How do you think that will affect you in the rest of your life, having done a lot of growing up in a prison?
Prison is definitely not a good influence on such a young person. And I've learned and experienced and seen a lot of things that, haven't been good for me. But at the same time, it's made me, who I am today, and that's better than I ever would have been, if I would have continued what I was doing when I was out.
Where do you think you would be now if you say, continuing on the path you were going on before? Do you think you'd still be in jail or prison for something else?
Probably wouldn't be in prison, I don't think. I don't know. I'd probably just still be living at home, have some dead-end job. Probably wouldn't have gone to college, which I am now, and lived a much sadder life.
Was prison a good thing for you?
Yeah.
Explain that.
Everything is broken down here into its simplest form, and once you see that and experience that, it really opens your eyes. And I've learned a lot of good things, from being here.
The reason Lundy is locked behind bars never leaves him. He thinks about the moment he went from kid to killer every day, but he doesn't want to be defined by the crime.
I took a lot away from a lot of people with what I did. I feel like I'm obligated to give back. I feel like I'm obligated to try to help people, to try to make myself and others better. And that's what I do.
Around 37% of people who get out of prison become repeat offenders. That drops to single digits for PLUS graduates. And Lundy is determined to never come back once he gets out.
I just can't believe why you would do that. Like, this place just is horrible, but there are a few people that make this into a good thing.
Which is what you're trying to do.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Lundy's earliest possible release date is in May 2022, according to the Department of Corrections. That would make him 27 years old. But he could get more time cuts for completing the PLUS program. My interview with Lundy was nearly an hour. Be sure to join me for Nightcast on Saturday to hear more, including what he wants to say to Phil's family and to his mother. That's Saturday night at 11.